Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Residence Massacre comic studio. It was felt that I was so scared when I was back in 2024. I have definitely seen this monstrosity thing as well that felt so scary that I'm so feared about these monster noobs carrying with knives or swords like these things as well. But we probably do not think that they're probably for one of their bodies has just popped off and turned into some killing machines as well. So that must be Larry. And theirs aren't actually going to be for your characters a little bit even more. It wasn't look like an early access. We're going to look at the user comics, but we don't really think this is absolutely going to be only two of them. And we heard of one of these monsters that we can't actually gonna hear them. So looks like this is the Residence Massacre comic studio. It was since September 3rd of 2024. This is the first one. Could be absolutely for one reason. I felt so scared, but I don't think this comic studio was completely discontinued forever. Now that studio was owned by Nico Approved, and even though that monsters like these are probably more scarier than ever, that they have witnessed jump scares for your entire life. So, since its final upload is 7:54 p.m. all the way back to 6:23 a.m., this is where it started around here as well. So, we're not absolutely gonna be forget around here for this one. Now, I shouldn't actually gonna add anything around here as well, especially for around Residence Massacre over here. Let's say the word massacre around here to search right here in the studio crossovers. And here he goes. There must be multiple massacres like these things as well for other kinds of stuff. And that's why I was completely banned around South Asians. Now let's get into Kirby's Massacre. I think this should actually gonna get right here. Let's do it. So right here inside of Kirby's Massacre around here, but I'm not probably sure if we're gonna be going for Kirby's. Now I just pressed the letter H, but I couldn't actually go on to find something like Kirby's Dream Comic Studio. Definitely, it was based on Kirby's Dream, and this is exactly crazy as well, but probably didn't own by some sort of like this thing as well. Now, I couldn't actually going to say that it was owned by something else. Now it goes on to probably something really worse from Friday Night Funkin'. Let's go for Roblox Piggy the Massacre around here for this one. So this is Roblox Piggy the Massacre. And this is absolutely the most terrifying, more scarier than the original Piggy from Mixtoon or something like as well. Sometimes it was owned by Minitoon, but then comes to the edits that turn into something more disturbing around here for this one, but I cannot actually think. All of these characters are completely disturbing, inspired by many Peppa Pig characters, and even a lot of them as well, by some of the kinds of guys. But unlike Peppa Pig, let's do just Piggy, as I'm probably not pretty sure. This could be the actual Piggy comic studio, which is absolutely perfectly fine as well. This could not be for minors. This could be for early teenagers as well, but right in this game, it's so disturbing that the players won't able to see it around here due to the age restrictions around here about of this game. You can't actually show this around in the game itself. So, one of the characters from the Piggy Massacre was totally pretty. I'm not very sure. It was totally scary, but even worthful or worthless like these things as well. So, one of the characters like these, the characters are Pedro, Diego, Betsy, Carl, Tommy, Polly, Pearton, Sam, Security Robot, Pearl Mother, Patricia, Caroline, Fallen Class 3, Sheepy, Penelope, or some sort of Penelope, Feria, Mark, Preston, Dessa, Sandro, Mason, Barry, Kathy, Marvin, Goon, Rash, and these guys as well. More characters are completely scrapped, such as the Scientists, Titans, Tigre, Sergeant Monor, Warren, Kevin, Thomas, Diana, Massacre thing as well, Calf, MIME, Malfunction, Insolent, or some sort of insolent, Felio, Della, Terg, Gerald, Sophia, Marco, Gabrielia, Arla, Alphys, Sarla, the Basher, Colli, the Collector. There's anything more like Delta, Mary, Eloise, Porter, Ben, Belly, Mary, or Marie, Piggy, Razel, Barney, and Parasites. We shouldn't actually going to see this like these. And there's a lot of ton of more extras of these more monsters like these, such as Bianca, Carter, David, Pam, Paulo, Fabio, Wilson, Mart, Fallen Class 2.5, Blair, Fallen Class 2, Basie Zizzy, and Mr. Stitchy. In case I turn my spoilers on around here, and there must be a little bit more for these characters like Bess, Sinister, Carver, some kind of Carver, this one, Grim Reaper, there's Grim Reaper, Coway, Leo, Paratheon, or some kind of Pyrton, Poli, Gertie, Burned Mason, or Burned Mason, Golden Dominus, Executor 2KX, Santa, General Pedro, Shadow, Algasha, Drown, and the Unknown. The survivors were only Lissa, Doggy, Willow, Kayla, and this thing as well for these. And other kinds of stuff, there only has keys, chainsaws, graffitis, foods, drinks, tools, fire extinguisher, weapons, batteries, dynamites, and fuel tanks. There's nothing here from anything itself, but except Lucella Campsite was not the only place that one of the monsters have just came here beyond themselves, that they're going after them, as they know. It's not just like Piggy. but I couldn't actually sing this as well. It's definitely looked like the Residents Massacre. This is the old campsite where these monsters have just came to find out they have came in before, and they're going out to kill you for some sort of unknown reasons. So, there must be another one, could be the old station. Which this could be for the old station around here. This is not a train station, of course. But this station over here could be that I pretty don't know around here. That must be for multiple extras around here. And there's nothing over here. But there must be no sprites is many of these things. They're absolutely gonna come soon, of this very soon. More such as Luciana or Lucella Police Station, Lucella Supermarket, the Forest, and a gas station. There's more as the supermarket, the old gas station, old forest, hospital, fun fair, and the sewers. There have no backgrounds at all. So I guess I wasn't able to add anything as well. Especially, let's start with the scripted one, and one of the other kinds of things that the cookies who got lost in the forest. Before we're gonna continue this video, that says the Massacre version was owned by Dr. Doom. So, it was totally going to be for around 8 sections around here for these things as well. There must be characters like bots, fallen survivors, and one of these killed people around here for one of their guys as well. Since it was originally owned by Minituned, but now that's definitely owned by Dr. Doom or Dr. Doom for this, the Roblox Piggy the Massacre that absolutely already said around here. Let's get around here for the user comics and we'll absolutely see what is actually going around here, and founded a little bit more sprites as well. But this is definitely unfortunate that since September 25th of 2025 or some sort of like this, September 7th of 2025, before the 9/11 incident around here for something, and it has 7 comics around here that since it's absolutely already out. But unfortunately, this comic studio was discontinued forever because due to the situation heard from the community. I guess this is absolutely probably limited as well, as we absolutely seeing this as well known disturbing. So let's start as well for this one, for that one. So as you're gonna be checking this thing as well, Piggy the Massacre Comic Studio has eventually out, posted on January 10th, 2025, starting with Pedro and Carl. Now, there aren't absolutely look like comments anymore, but even though it was just like the same description around here that you're going to link it around here, you have to be at the age of 18 before the end of this video. And there must be a little bit more around of this first update since January 15. It was definitely 9 months of Piggy the Massacre. And this wasn't going to be for look like them anymore. And one of these characters look like monsters. And even more as of these things as well that I just put around for the characters like them as well. And just like that, the big update, it has a lot of characters and some backgrounds, and there is a little bit more like monsters, theories, and anything else. So here's the flip book, and that should look like them as well as they go into the camp and the monsters have encountered. Jeez, this is definitely only one really thing as well. And another one is January 25th. Now, January 15, January 18, January 21, January 25th. As long as Comic Studio completely discontinued, this Piggy Massacre Comic Studio got discontinued for a few months until it's back for the final time, and this wasn't going to be for one reason. It was definitely unfortunate. That ended up as well back in September, and will not actually seen this. This game is deaf, but unfortunately this game will never receive updates for no more. I cannot believe it. This comic studio was completely discontinued forever, and he found some more sprites. Like anything, it goes. So they wouldn't actually going to add anything anymore, especially one of these guys who never reclaimed this comic studio about that claim. So thankfully, we're about to end up this video soon, as I'm going to be putting around for Cookie Run characters as well into this whole background as well. So there we have it, folks. I put most of the cookies around here from them as well, even cars and emergency vehicles as well. I didn't put the bus around here, but I couldn't able to be added for much longer like anyways. So we wouldn't actually going to take around here for this one, but we're starting around living inside of this house with an as of old lady cream cookie and cucumber cookie, who's absolutely spending time together in this house as well. But meanwhile, a fire broke out of that house that the fire truck had went absolutely right here, including a police car. But I'm probably sure this is a fire truck from Fireman Sam, and this is absolutely like unlike anyways as well for this one. So that must be for a Chinese cookie, and right next to spinach cookie and onion cookie as well. In this some kind of that room anyway, in that house or some sort of residence. But later on, I just definitely put blackberry cookie and werewolf cookie onto the sides of that scene. And another scene around here for this one, Special Force Cookie was absolutely heading towards for something else, hunting for monsters, or like anything as well. What matters is actually going to be find out that she is absolutely hunting for monsters, and it's absolutely that you could see this thing as the cookie as well. Probably pretty sure it was Caramel Arrow Cookie, whose journey all the way back home when she was late to get back home before the incident that the monsters came off. Then String Gummy Cookie was hunting for some monsters too in the dark forest that he gotten lost around here. And you see Larry jumping across, and it's absolutely going to surprise into its back and then scared him down and absolutely chopped to death around here as well. And anyways, in the camp entrance, there is a 2011 Cadillac CTS V, or the Cadillac CTS, and it's right next far to this girl over here. It was Cherry Blossom Cookie, by the way. So the link is going to be in the description below, and you have to be at the age of 18 users to check out of the studio, including the game. In order to play this, you have to verify your age before you're going to be playing for the game as well, for instantly like here to do so. I'm not pretty sure if you're trying to play of this game. Instead of using this phone while you're stuck in the computer forever, you have to show your illegal information about for one reason that you're going to be showing this out. So, thanks for watching and for anything as well, and I'm pretty dumb, but it's probably possible. I'll be signing off as well, and I'll talk to you Minilands and Comic Studio users all later as were before. And stay tuned for a little bit more around here for this one, because I wasn't able to handle for my risk. And I have risked it for a little bit for too much as well. So thanks again and have a nice day. And don't be scared about of these monsters when you're over 20 years old.